Hey, what's up guys? This morning I am headed to the equipment rental place to get a very needed tool for today's job. I'm Austin Ross. I've been a welder for 14 years here on this channel. I share tips and tricks for rig welders. If those are videos that you're interested in, make sure and subscribe and ring the bell to get notified when I post a new video every Friday. Today I am stringing some smooth, they call it pony wire. It's like barbless barbed wire. This project I've been working on, it's an entryway. I put 4 H braces up and built a custom gate. We will link the previous videos in the description if you're interested. So I've got all my braces built, and now today I've just got to string 4 strands of wire. And of course, with wire comes T-post. There's only about 30 of them, I think, to put in the ground, and it is sandy. I could probably do it by hand, but you never know what you're gonna run into, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a gas-powered T-post driver. Whoa, hold up. I'm very excited to share with you some news about the circle burner. It is now available in the arosswelding store, arosswelding.com/shop. You can get your very own circle burner. That's this piece, this brass piece, and this right here, it connects to a straight torch. This is what I've been using in these past videos, and a lot of you have been asking about them, so we got in touch with the guy that makes them, and he is sending us some. It is going to be limited availability here at first because we didn't know for sure how it would go. We've had a lot of good response, but we wasn't sure how many of them we would sell, so we did only order a few here at first, but if it goes well, we will put in another order, but it will take a few weeks to get them. So if you're serious about getting one, get online and get them before they sell out. And if they are sold out, just email me and let me know that you're seriously interested, and I will let you know firsthand that they are back in stock. I will do a dedicated video on the circle burner, what all you need, you know, this attachment, the straight head attachment or 180 attachment, along with a few other things that I know about this straight torch in general, plus the circle burner, what all different sizes he offers and everything. He also makes one for a big torch. This is a, do they call this a journeyman torch? Anyway, he makes one for the little torch and the big torch, so we do have both in stock. Back to the video. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This thing look, my helper for today. We're ready to rock and roll. All right, just pulled up. Found out I could just park right here on the side of the road instead of pulling down that steep driveway. It only took me 3 days of coming out here to figure that out. Yeah, 3 days. I think it's my 3rd day. No, 1, 2. It's my 4th day. 3rd day was a rain out. But anyway, that dog's gonna help us today. Them are pretty dogs, very pretty and loud. But anyway, yeah, just pulled up here, fixing to string some wire. But the first thing I'm gonna do is make sure I put these clips on right. I was watching some footage yesterday and realized that I think I put one on the wrong line up a little bit. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do is fix that, because I don't wanna do any welding around the wire once I tie it on. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. But first I gotta unload this skid steer. Look at this, and then unload the skid steer. Yeah, can y'all see it? See how that one's a touch high? I put it on the center of this, which is the top of this, instead of on the center line. God, a whole inch off. I knew it. Daggum, when I knew it, I was watching that, I was like, man, it ain't gonna work. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do is fix that. I'm put this sunscreen on, but probably just gonna sweat it off like I did yesterday. But this way, whenever the doctor or Kayla asks me if I put sunscreen on, I can say, yeah, I sure enough did. First, you gotta pour some water. Yeah, Rick. Got my clip fixed now, ready to hang the gate. I'm glad I got that skid steer here because these will have trouble staying level, but that's what I put them hoodads on there for, but we'll see how it works. Obviously this side's got to come up. Here's what I got so far. I have not tacked anything yet. I'm going to move them hinges center. But I got string line up here. I stepped back and looked at it. Everything's lining up good. That's good news. I always like to stand way back here in the road and look at it. Because if it looks good from the road, you're doing something. How does it look? I've got it tacked. I like to put about, that much tack on there. And then let the gate jacks off and see how much it sags. I did lift it up a little bit back there, just so in case it sags a little bit. But that all depends on your hinges right here, how sloppy they are. And these were pretty tight, so it didn't fall hardly at all. It worked out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Now I just gotta weld it out and then stretch the wire and drive some T-posts. That is a done deal. Done deal. Now I just gotta load everything and go drop this skid steer off. Everything went good on this build. If you didn't hear me before, I like to leave the opposite end of the hinges. I like to angle that gate up just a touch depending on the length of the gate, how heavy the gate is, most importantly, how much slack that you have in your hinge material. That hinge there was real snug. I found a good fit, so it didn't sag hardly at all, but it will sag a little just because of the flex in the gate or whatever, so I'm glad I left it up just a touch. Whenever I let it down, it laid in there nice and level. So everything went good. I do wish I would have put grease zerks in the hinges. If I could do something different, that's what I would change. Here is the type of latch that I put on this gate. Just a basic, what I call a farm latch. Nothing fancy. I did put a spot for a padlock, and I did make it to where you could get to it from the other side. That's what that rod on the other side is for. That way you don't have to reach through the gate. On the post, you'll notice I put an oval catch, and that is actually boxed in and leaned, like tilted out just a skosh, to where if the water gets in there, it won't go inside. It won't set inside that boxed in part. The whole thing's boxed in, so even if water did get up in there, it's not gonna go down inside the pipe. It's all closed off, all sealed off, and the water runs out. So the whole idea was to keep water from getting inside the post. That's one thing to keep in mind when building fence, because during the winter times, if water gets down in your post and it freezes, it can crack your pipe, and you just don't want that happening because your fence will not last as long. For more information or resources, check out my website, arosswelding.com. Under the resources tab, you'll find all kinds of helpful lists and more. Under the shop tab, you'll find the Aross Welding store. We have t-shirts, stickers, but I'm also excited to let you know about the circle burner that we are trying to get a hold of, and we think we're gonna be able to get a hold of them. We looked all over online. I got mine at my local welding supply. A lot of you have been asking about them, so we want to make them available to you. So we're gonna try to carry them in the Aross Welding store. Everything's looking good so far. I'll make a dedicated video about the circle burner and everything you need for the circle burner, because it is a very, very helpful tool as far as using a torch to cut stuff mobily, out on site, mobily. So I'm excited for that product to be out there. Hopefully over time we can start carrying some more stuff as far as welding supplies goes, but we'll see how it goes. My advice for this week is keep in mind whenever hanging gates, when you're building fence, keep in mind that the earth moves. Building fence in general, now this is something I'm constantly still learning. Even if you set your post 20 feet in the ground, the earth shifts a little bit over time and can cause a gate to hang because the whole brace or the whole brace might move. So that's just something to keep in mind. That's why I put an oval catch to allow for some movement of the earth. If you try to fit a perfect latch, chances are during the winter time or summertime it might work great. Wintertime it may not fit in there exactly. So that's something to keep in mind. Again, if you're interested in the circle burner that we now carry in the Aross Welding shop, feel free to get on my website and check out the shop tab, arosswelding.com/shop, and you can find the circle burners on my website. We are slowly but surely wanting to get into carrying some products that make sense to carry in our store. We've heard you about the suggestions that you guys have had. The few things that we're gonna start with is the Pipe Fitters Blue Book. We're gonna start carrying those. We would like to carry some welding shirts, maybe some mini wedges, spacing tools, stuff like that. So be looking forward to some of that stuff. A few things that may come before some of those products are some prints. The first one being the A-frame prints that I've mentioned before. I finally got some prints made up, and the prints will be available also along with a little video explaining everything you need to know about my A-frame. That way you can have your very own A-frame to lift your very own welding machine, welding bed, whatever it is that you need to lift. Thank you all for watching. Remember, learn something every day.